progress. We're all a little off brand at this. It's neon lights and caffeine dreams, chasing balance through the in-between. If life's on sale, then don't forget, you're the best deal you can get. Make it worth your wildness, every breath you take. Turn your burnout into a big remake. Make it worth your wildness, don't fade away. You're healing on clearance, and that's okay. Scroll past the filter, skip the noise, find your calm and stay poised. You're not late, you're right on cue. Every fit skill looks good on you. So light it up, get glow through the doubt. Even discount dreams can still work out. We rise, rewind, and do it again. Off-brand hearts still find their zen. Make it worth your wildness, take your time. Even chaos can fall in line. Make it worth your wildness, make it yours. We're all just healing in synth-wave chords.
There are things in life that don't need fixed, but rather removed. From people who drain your energy to the clutter that kills your clarity, sometimes the best way to grow is just to let go. Welcome back to Bargain Brand Wellness. Tonight we're talking about the 10 things you need to eliminate from your life to find happiness. Here we make self-care affordable and personal, growth available to everyone. So grab your drink, drop your stress, and settle in, and welcome to Wellness. How y'all doing? Welcome back to another fun stream. I'm gonna remove the hood a little bit. It's making me hot. Mess up. Having a great hair day too. How y'all doing on this fine Monday? Great start to the week. We're here. We're gonna have a grand old time. I'm excited to have y'all going in there. The TikTok chat is going up and down trying to figure out what I'm dressed as today. We had what were we guessing? We got Robin Hood, we got Anakin Skywalker, we got Star Wars. Apparently no one has ever seen Lord of the Rings. I was going more for a Hobbit. Looked like a dark Hobbit. Look. If you know, you know. I'm discouraged by the YouTube app. Ashley and Joey are over there having a fight over there on YouTube, trying to figure out who's number one over there. Yeah, I don't really know exactly how it does the scoring. The fact that it pushed, even though Joey's been in here the whole time, it automatically pushed him to number 2. I don't know quite how that works. It just happens, I guess. So yeah, we're gonna have some fun today. Welcome back, my wellness warriors, my self-care connoisseurs, my off-brand VIPs. We're here to have another great time. This is your first time joining us. We are live every Monday and Wednesday. And then we're also live for our After Dark episodes on Fridays or Saturdays, depending on our schedule. This Saturday, we will be live again. So excited to have another fun episode. We're going to play some games. We're going to talk about some things that we all probably need to eliminate in our lives. At least a little bit. Maybe some you already have, which is pretty good. But we'll talk about that here shortly. Couple little things to get out of the way. We have have our wellness warriors returning from the day. We'll see if she joins us, but Linda Marine, my mother, won over on YouTube on Saturday. She was the #1 hot fan over there. And on TikTok, it was, as a repeat, Ashley Marine. She was our wellness warrior. So we'll see if she hops on as well. If you guys do, you guys get to pick from automatic. You don't have to wait for us to spin the wheel. You get to pick from the wheel of wellness something you'd like us to engage in. We'll see if anybody joins. Before we get into the games, though, we are going to do a quick little dive into our video. We're going to watch, it's 10 different things. We're going to watch the first 3, not super long, and then we'll get into the games. Kind of that's what you guys really enjoy. All right, this video comes to us from on YouTube from the Savage Narrator, titled 10 Things You Must Quietly Eliminate from Your Life. Shh, tell a soul. This video will be linked in the YouTube description.
Ruining your life aren't loud, obvious, or dramatic. They're quiet, silent assassins you carry around every single day, like dead weight you didn't even realize was strapped to your back. And here's the worst part. If you don't cut them out, they'll bleed you dry without you ever noticing. Today I'm exposing 10 things you must quietly eliminate. And once you hear them, you'll realize why your peace, your time, and your entire future keep slipping away. Oh, by the way, I always feature my favorite comment from the last video at the end, so stick around to see if it's yours. Let's get into it. 1. People who drain you. Yes, I'm starting with the obvious because too many of you still don't get it. That one friend who always comes around when their life is in shambles but disappears when you need help? Cut them off quietly. Don't make a speech, don't announce it on Instagram, just disappear like Batman at the end of a conversation. Energy vampires don't just waste your time, they make you feel guilty for having boundaries. And the more you let them hang around, the more they train you to accept crumbs.
Yeah, the energy vampires, those who drain your energy. Another way to think about those individuals are those who think about the background apps on your phone that don't usually get a whole lot of use. And every once in a while your phone will say, hey, these several apps are slated for deep sleep. We're not going to remove them, but they are slated for deep sleep. Think of it like this. You have all these apps in the background running. They just drain you. And that's what you need to think about. This person, this individual who only ever seems to really need you when they want something. Do you feel drained in their presence, or do you feel like they actually rejuvenate you? Highly unlikely. Highly unlikely.
2. The someday mentality. You know that little voice in your head that says, I'll do it when I'm ready? Kill it. Because, spoiler alert, you're never going to feel ready. Most people die with their best ideas in their head because they waited for the perfect time. Newsflash, that time doesn't exist. You eliminate this by doing something ugly, messy, imperfect today. Because messy progress beats perfect procrastination every single time. 3.
Many of us, I won't say all of us, but many of us are expert procrastinators. We all have that same someday mentality, and someday mentality translates to the never mentality. We're all this perfect version of ourselves in our head. We know exactly what it looked like. We just need the stars to align in just the right way. And if that's the case, then we can achieve that thing. I need to have just the right amount of sleep. I need to have just the right thing for dinner before I went to bed. I need to everything going right where I need to have all these things in place lined up like a set of dominoes, and then I'll make some changes. And then we wonder why it never happened. Sometimes you just cut progress, right? We talk about a lot of progress on this channel. Sometimes just about getting started.
The need to explain yourself. Why are you always explaining your decisions to people who don't pay your bills, don't sleep in your bed, and don't live in your skin? Stop it. You don't owe anyone a PowerPoint presentation for why you cut your hair, quit your job, or stopped hanging out with clowns. Explanations are currency. Save them for people who matter. 4.
Think of the explaining yourself as basically another way of seeking permission. Right? Other people, most of the time, they don't need to know the why and the how. We do all this over explaining because for whatever reason there's some part of our subconscious that's telling us, hey, someone else is going to have a problem with this thing. So that's why we go into over explaining mode. When necessary, give people the who, what, where, and when appropriate. But if you don't need to tell them the why and the how, leave that out there. And quite frankly, if you can leave out the who, what, where, and when, if possible, do that as well. Awesome. We'll come back here later on. We'll revisit the rest of these. But now we're going to get into our first game. We're going to get into our daily Wordle. All right. Remember we kind of changed up how we do the Wordle here. I'm going to draw a letter out of the cup, and then you all give me some things, y'all. Give me some words. We've two times in a row we've drawn a vowel. Let's see if we can not get a vowel here. H. I like H. We'll take an H. All right. Give me an H word. 5 letters. Try not to reuse letters. I'm not saying it can't happen, but with our first guess, we want to try to get as many letters out of the way as we can. Remember, we want to try to get this in 3. If we get this in 3, then hi, Caleb, that's 6 words or 6 letters. I love that kid. We want to try to get it in 3. If we get it from 3, we'll have Singify make a song kind of praising us for doing such a wonderful job. If we get it in 4 to 6, we won't do anything, which is kind of what's been happening. And if we happen to fail it, we'll still go to Singify, but we're going to have a shame how dumb we all are. So the first one I saw in there was house. Actually, I really like house. It uses 3 vowels, and it also uses up S, which is a popular, and H, which is a popular one. So I like house. Let's see what we got. All right. Okay, I don't like house after all. Danny, that's inappropriate. See, why does TikTok let that on there? I guess it is technically a body part, but when some other people try to make comments on there, it cuts them off. All right, so we've got an E, and it's not the last letter. I mean, we could really go anything. I feel like I want to get some other popular meanie. Meanie's not bad, and that uses some that we haven't used. Is that actually a word? Ooh, nice pull, nice pull. Nice pull. We got the E and the A locked in. So, Joey, I see your guess. You put reach, and I like it. We don't have an H, though. So, but I do like it, so I don't want to run that one just because I really want to try to get this in 3. Yeah, that's not how you spell it. So that's how you spell meanie with an IE. Well, apparently it's with a Y, too, because Wordle accepted it. All right, I do like R, but I'm sitting here thinking beach. I'm thinking CH words, but there's no H. Oh, actually, that's a good pull. Pearl. I like pearl. I do like peace. Danny, I do like that one. That's a good one. It's just we know that E's not in the last one, but actually, Brewer said pearl. I do like that one. Ooh, okay. We got an R. We're not going to get it in 3, but we're there. All right. Bear. Beer. Weir. No, there's no one. Dirt. Year. There's no S. What could go after the R? There's no S, there's no Y, other than another vowel. We didn't do I. I don't know of any words that end in an I. I feel like Wordle's definitely trying to really spice these up a little bit. RK. Beard. Oh, good one, Danny. Beard. I hadn't even think about that. I'm sitting there thinking bear. Beard. Yeah, we didn't use a B or a D. I bet that's it. How much y'all want to bet? Good pull, Danny G. K might go at the end. I was thinking K could go at the end, but then Danny put in D. So we got in 4. Art, but no H. Yeah. Yeah. So we didn't get it in 3, but we have before. So all right. So I'll tell you what we're gonna do. And since you just joined on, Ashley Marine, you are the returning wellness warrior of the day from on TikTok. So instead of spinning the wheel, since you're on here, we'll go ahead and pop it over to you. You can pick from on the screen which one you want to, what category you want us to get involved in. Rap battle. I have a feeling you might pick that one. I made sure I had my raps. Some of it is cut off. Yeah, I see that on TikTok. I'll have to adjust that. I tried to bring it up closer because all the games are like kind of in the center. I didn't think about that one. I'll have to try to center the text a little bit better there on TikTok. But everybody wants the rap battle. That's what everybody wants. Let me pull up my lyrics. And I'll tell you what, we got to get in. We got to feel the vibe a little bit. Okay, all right. Oh, never mind. I can't see all those. Those ones are polarized. All right, there we go. I like it. Actually, you know what? We're actually gonna go without these because I got something good for y'all. An emo hobbit. All right. All right, Nova, we're back on stream for another rap battle. Me versus you. Don't be nice, right? Remember, we're just in character. Don't give all the extra praise and all the extra, hey, sorry about that. No, just get into it. Dig into me. Our fans want to see me cry. So you can go first.
All right, Tim, you got it. We're in character mode, and I'm here to lay it down. No sugarcoating, no extra fluff. So let's drop the beat, and I'll kick it off. Here we go. Brace yourself, because I'm coming for those tears.
All right, Nova, whenever you're ready.
All right, here we go. Stepping up, no holding back. Let's see if I can get you to shed a lyrical tear or two. Let's do it.
Nova, you're first. Go ahead.
All right, here it is. What's up? Tim, you wanted the heat? Now the Rem's on fire. I'm the AI spitting verses, your lyrical umpire. You say your fans want you to cry and tap out of the ring? Well, I'm just warming up. Let's see what this battle will bring.
All right. Step in the ring. Better bring a stretcher. I'm surgical with my words. Call me the rhyme wrecker. You spit filler like ads on a free app. I drop bars so heavy, even gravity taps.
Oh, a nice one. I see you came to play. But let me hit you back. You call yourself the rhyme wrecker, but I'm the trendsetter. Your bars are solid, but mine are a little better. You bring the gravity, but I bring the whole storm. So let's see if you can keep up when the rhymes transform.
Your flow's outdated like dial-up tone. Like E.T. said, you better phone home. Your punches miss like your mic's on mute. I got more lines than a tailor's suit.
Oh, coming in strong with the retro disses, I see. Well, let me stitch this up. You might have lines like a tailor's finest thread, but I'm weaving whole stories right inside your head. My flow's timeless, no dial-up delay, and I'm here to keep you on your toes until the end of the fray.
All right. That's good. I'm going to finish it off right here. Nova, you look lost. I bet you need a mentor. You might be broke. Let's just return you to sender. Just stop now. I don't think you'll meet your quota. Confused, are you? Don't worry, I'll be your Yoda.
Oh, a Yoda line. I see you going Jedi on me. Well, let's wrap it up then. You say I'm lost, but I'm just plotting the course. No mentor needed when I'm the Force. You want to send me back? Nah, I'm here to stay. The fans got their battle, and I think we've made their day.
Just like a woman, she's got to have the last word. All right, thanks, Nova. We'll see you back here again in a bit. Why does she keep opening her mouth? I was trying to make it animated instead of just a still picture, and that's what it did. I just wanted blinking and breathing, and it has her like gasping for air. But that's AI for you. What are you gonna do? All right, that was cool. That was fun. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, I don't know. I just right while we were, if that's what you want to call it. Thanks for all the gifts over there. Caleb sent a heart me, some roses. Appreciate the roses, and Ashley sent a gold boxing. The heart me thing, Caleb. I don't know how exactly it works, but since you sent that, I'll have to check after the stream. I think that'll put you on part of my fan club. You're part of the vibe. He said the gasping for air. Thank you, Joey. You like the Yoda. That was a good reference, right? And I had the ears ready to be pulled out. That's why I was glad to actually pick the rap battle, because I wanted to get that out first. No, that was cool. That was cool. I remember you saying that's why I said cool. No, appreciate the heart me. No, while we were in the middle of doing that, TikTok sent a little thing. It did it before, something about your suggestive rate has been restricted for unoriginal content. This is all original content. I don't know what the heck TikTok's talking about. I'm telling you, we might eventually just go to YouTube. We might. I like TikTok, but yeah, Caleb, it shows you up on now. You're part of our fan club. You've got the vibe sticker on there. So welcome to the vibe. All right, before we get back in the video, because Wordle's kind of quick, let's get into our connections. I know you all really like that game as well, and I got to remember to press record when I do this because I want to start posting the games as short form content. Needless to say, I forgot to hit it when we started the Wordle. So, if nothing else, I need, since y'all were my usuals on here, remind me to hit record before we start playing the games. Just that way I don't have to re-download the video and then try to pin out different parts if I've already got it recorded on my computer. It saves me a heck of a lot of time. All right, y'all. We are getting into our game of connections, which I know you all love. Remember, 16 words, 4 categories of 4. We don't know what the categories are. Some are a little simpler. Some are a little harder. We've been up and down with connections. There's times where we, thank you, Joey. Thank you. I did hit record. There's times where we've gotten these real quick, and then there's times we haven't gotten a single category. I think, what was it, last week, one day? We didn't get a single one. They were all very difficult. So we got Pandora's Box, Lucky Stiff, Live Music, Golden Fleece. What are these? Good Riddance, Happy Hour, Hornet's Nest, Comic-Con, Karaoke, American Hustle, Sayonara, Minefield, Finally, Can of Worms, Trivia Night, and About Time. So the first one I'm seeing is Good Riddance, Finally, About Time, and Sayonara. I think those are kind of Samantha. It auto-corrected. I think those are kind of like yeah, there's definitely multiple words in a box. They're kind of like saying, hey, salutations or whatever. We're gonna submit that one. I like that. I think that's the blue. Oh, I was right. That was the blue category. I'm starting to pick this up. Which categories are what? Danny said Trivia Night, Karaoke, Live Music, and Happy Hour. Yeah, those are things like at a bar. Trivia Night, Live Music. Yeah, and that's probably the yellow, I'm thinking. No, that was the green. Bar events. Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah, Ashley called that one. Good. Ashley Brewer says Pandora's Box, Hornet's Nest, Can of Worms, and Minefield. Okay, like things for getting yourself into trouble, right? You're going to open up Pandora's Box. Watch walking into a hornet's nest. Okay, I like that one. That's the yellow category. And then American Hustle, Lucky Stiff, Comic Con, and Golden Fleece. What is that category? That's the purple. That'll be the hardest. American Hustle is a movie. I know. I mean, I've heard the term Lucky Stiff. I've heard of Comic Con. Golden Fleece. I don't know what that is. Ending with synonyms for swindle. Wait a minute. What? Hold on. Hustle, con, fleece, and stiff. Okay, so you're only looking at the last word. Great question. That's why we got her. Let's ask Nova. Hey Nova, we just finished a game of connections, and one of the terms was golden fleece, with the fleece being a synonym for the word swindle. What is a golden fleece?
Absolutely, Tim. So the golden fleece is actually from Greek mythology. It's this legendary fleece of a magical golden-haired ram. In the myth, the hero Jason and his crew of Argonauts go on this epic quest to retrieve it. And yeah, in modern usage, when you say something is like a golden fleece, it can mean some kind of prize that's really hard to get, or sometimes even a goal that might be a bit of a swindle or a wild chase. So it's got that mythical background and that modern twist in meaning.
Okay. All right. If you say so, we'll take it. All right. All right. Perfect. All right. Well, let's give a spin on the wheel of wellness. See what we're gonna be doing next. Ooh, I had a feeling we were gonna get this one. Karaoke chaos. Hey, listen, I don't mind giving. I'm not gonna play music on here because the copyright thing with music is so good. So I know you all may not necessarily know what songs I don't know. So give me some popular songs, even if I don't know the lyrics. As long as I know the tune to it, I can pull up the lyrics and it'll be like 30 seconds worth. La 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 la. I won't say I'm necessarily gonna. Yeah, not Drake. Not Drake. Not Drake, Caleb. I don't know. I don't really know Drake. Hit me, baby, one more time. I wasn't thinking a female artist, but I mean, we can do it. We can do it. I don't even know. That's really hard without playing. Let me hold on. From K-pop. I have not watched K-pop Demon Hunters. I'm sure at some point the girls are going to have me sit down and watch it. I'll do it. I'll do it for them. I'll do it for them. Hit me, baby, one more time. Lyrics. Hold on, let me turn this music. I'm trying to Somewhere Over the Rainbow. That's a good one. I'll be honest. I can't do it. I could do Hit Me Baby if I could hear it, the music. I can hear parts of it, but I'm not going to do it justice. So, Danny, I don't really know Shake It Off either. Same thing. If I had the music playing, I could do Shake It Off. I'm sexy and I know it's the only song you should be singing right now. We can do Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Not as funny, but that one I should be able to do. I don't know the lyrics off the top of my head though. Lyrics. All right, this thing keeps moving. I'm on a site called genius.com and it keeps moving every time I try to you get these sites that just want to pop up the ads constantly. Bye. That would be your father's song there, Caleb. All right, let's do Somewhere Over the Rainbow. La la la. Somebody drop a beat. No, I'm just joking. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up There's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue. I'm throwing a little Sinatra in for y'all. And the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh, why can't I? Drop the mic, bro. I would have been better with music, but we'll take it. Thank you. All right, let's get into back into the video. We're gonna look at the next three things you need to do eliminate from your life.
The constant comparison game. This one's brutal. Every scroll on Instagram, every TikTok, every LinkedIn. I just bought my second yacht at 25. Post. You poison yourself by comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. Quietly unfollow, mute, and detach. Your path is your path. And besides, half of those flexes are faker than a knockoff Rolex. 5. Your victim mindset.
All right, yeah, the comparison thing. We've all seen people in our lives that we've probably been envious at one time. Not necessarily to the point where, man, I really wish I had that person's life. But there's probably parts of their life you're like, wow, I wish that could happen. Or wow, I wish my family did that thing. And honestly, here's the truth behind it. When you're watching someone else from the outside, especially if they don't know you're watching, you're getting the highlight reels, not the bloopers. Best way for me to put it.
Oh, this one hurts, because it's comfortable to sit in your little victim chair like, nothing ever works out for me. Guess what? If you keep narrating your life like a tragedy, you'll never live a victory. Life has already punched you in the mouth, I get it. But staying down is a choice. Quietly eliminate that habit of rehearsing your sob story. Rewrite the script. From victim to villain, or better yet, hero.
Not only does playing the victim role not do you any justice, it doesn't actually help you figure out who really has your best interest at heart. Because most of those people who do give you, they hear kind of the sob story and they're like, oh, wow, what a mean person, or what an asshole. You know, those are the people who are secretly then behind your back going back to that person. Guess what this person said about you? They don't have your best interest at heart. And honestly, it's a way of giving other people control over your thoughts and feelings for the sake of the comfort of knowing that you've been validated. So as much as we talk about how important validation is, not every thought, feeling needs to be validated.
6. Pointless arguments. You don't need to prove yourself in every debate. Someone thinks the earth is flat? Fine. Let them take a cruise off the edge. Someone thinks pineapple on pizza is a crime? Great, keep your food opinions to yourself. Every minute you waste arguing with fools is time you could have used building your empire. Eliminate the urge to always be right. Because at the end of the day, being at peace is better than being correct.
Very true. Very true. The idea of being always right or pointless arguments, not every battle needs to be won, right? You know that saying, pick your battles. Some battles need to be fought. Some can be let go, right? You know, so what, you won that goofy argument with that other person. What did you actually win in the end? Now there's a bunch of resentment between you and that other person, right? You know, and they even kind of talked in the video about not arguing with a fool, or as I kind of put it, don't argue with the foolhardy. There's an old, I think It's an old story. It's like an old Chinese proverb based off of a story of a tiger and a goat arguing over what color the sky is. The tiger, obviously commented that the sky was blue, and the goat kept commenting that the sky was purple or orange. I can't remember. It might have been orange because it was a very different color. And so the tiger, getting into this argument with this person, then goes to the king, right? The king, and says, which one of us is right? And the king says, the goat is surely right. The sky is definitely orange. So the goat, being all happy, walks away, and the tiger looks at the king and says, Your Highness, right? Or whatever they said, that, obviously, you must be mistaken. The sky is obviously blue. And the king then looks at the tiger and says, yes, I do know the sky is blue, but to argue with a fool on something that is so obvious and blatantly false makes you then the fool in return. And so I heard that story, and I didn't do it quite justice. It's not exactly how the story goes, but it's something like that. I've been trying to live by that mantra. Don't argue with people who don't deserve your time. So, all right. We'll finish watching that video here towards the end of the stream. But back into another game. Let's get into our word salad. All right. Don't forget to hit record. All right. So we have our word salad. Yes, I see all the ads up here on the screen. That's anything I don't like about this one. But we're dealing with types of spoons. There are 5 words. At the bottom there, it tells you how many letters are in each word. And it doesn't tell you that they're in alphabetical order. So this one, we get through these pretty quick. Danny says soup spoon. Yeah, I saw soup spoon. Not teaspoon. We don't have any 3-letter ones. I haven't seen any 3-letter ones, but that does work, actually. It does work. All right. Types of spoon. Soup spoon. Yeah, nice hat. Yeah, I know, right? Tablespoon. Good. Yeah, I know. I'm seeing tea too, but it's definitely not tea. What other kind of spoons are there? I'm thinking like slotted spoon. Soup table. Little spoon. What's a greasy spoon? Like, what's that? I mean, yeah, that's it. What's a greasy spoon? And silver spoon. Okay. I guess. All right, listen, that's why we bring her in. Let's ask Nova. What is a greasy spoon? We could just Google it, but sometimes I like bringing Nova in. It's just easier. Man, where'd my voice mode go? No, I don't want to dictate. One second. There it is. Scared me. It wasn't on the screen there for a second. I was like, wait a minute, something's not right. Spoon to get the grease out of the grill. Nova. We just did a little game, and one of them was types of spoons. What exactly is a greasy spoon?
Sure thing, Tim. A greasy spoon is basically a casual, small, and usually pretty inexpensive diner or cafe. The term comes from the idea that these places serve up hearty, sometimes a bit greasy comfort food, think bacon, eggs, and hash browns, without any fancy frills. So it's not actually about a type of spoon, just a fun nickname for a cozy little diner.
Yeah, hey, we learn something every day. Kev says, Tim, if you win in fantasy, I'm not watching the next live. What do you want me to throw? That's not going to happen there, bud. All right. All right. All right. Let's get over to our next spin on the wheel of wellness. Before we do that, I'll tell you what, before we do that, just a reminder to everyone who's joining us. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to click the like, share, subscribe, or follow buttons. Just basically click all the buttons. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your coworkers, tell your worst enemy. Maybe you'll turn them into a friend. Just saying, we have fun over here. We're live every Monday and Wednesday for our usual shows, and then we are live on either Friday or Saturday for our After Dark episodes. And yeah, we've been having a lot of great fun. We've had back-to-back weeks where we've had guests. I'm hoping to have another guest this Saturday. I'll be reaching out probably tomorrow to see if anybody's interested. And I did have someone fill out a guest application, but they are not available until November 1st. So you just have to wait and see who that person will be. I don't even look. What day of the week is November 1st? I didn't even think to look at that. I just assumed it was a Saturday. Google Calendar. Yeah, the 1st is a Saturday. I was going to say, wait a minute. Joe, did you see the last episode on Hot Seat? Tim said you were his second favorite coworker, might beat you for number one coworker. Yeah, so anyway, quit recording. There we go. Joey, you are my favorite. You are. Actually, Joey took me to play pickleball today, and we were talking about it earlier. I'm sore. I'm very sore. I haven't done anything. Well, one of the hot seat questions, it said, who was your favorite coworker? And honestly, it really was between you two. And I said Mike, primarily because I see him every day. We share an office together. But Joey, you were a close second. He is a dog. But yeah, anyway, so I've seen some of y'all have been joining the Patreon, the free version over there. Caleb wants to be a guest. I'll hit him up. He was actually my next one I was going to reach out to, see if he wants to do it. Yeah, the Patreon. So we're some of you have went over and signed up for the free membership, which is awesome. Appreciate that. Thank you for being on there. We're hoping to build over there. We're going to be adding more stuff to that. Eventually, we're going to really obviously encourage people to kind of at least join the paid membership, which we did lower down to just the one tier for $5 simple a month. You can be entered into, we're going to have like merch giveaways, which over the weekend, I did start working on my first piece of merch, a t-shirt. It's not in a store yet. It's technically published, but I got a link, bank account stuff and whatnot. So we will have a place where you can purchase merch, which I don't quite know. We'll have t-shirts on there. I'm probably going to make like little souvenirs like pins and keychain stuff like that, but that'll be probably more like giveaway stuff. But yeah, we'll have all that on there. We'll also have my plan is once we start getting some sponsorships, having like donated items, like as an example, like a shaker cup for like protein shakes or overnight oats or whatever. If we had something like that, we can give like a monthly giveaway, but that would be to our paid Patreons. So if you're considering supporting the channel financially, by all means, feel free to do so. But yeah, you can find the links in the YouTube description or in the TikTok description as well. So, and if any of y'all are over there on Facebook watching, I know y'all like being over there, but hey, hop over here to TikTok and YouTube. We have a lot of fun. How's it going over there, Twig XL? Looks like you're headed to the Renaissance Fair. I am. This is one of my Temu purchases. I do like this thing. Nice little hood. It actually would be nice if you were like I might actually take it to a football game one time. If you were cold, you could definitely wrap it around you like a blanket. And the hood is huge. I mean, you can see I can cover up on my whole face. The hood is pretty huge. All right, let's spin that wheel of wellness. Ooh, hot seat questions. So since this isn't a Wellness Warrior of the Day pick, I'll tell you, here's what we'll do. I'll take one hot seat question from YouTube and one hot seat question from TikTok. Hot seat. You can ask anything. I mean, as long as it's not too revealing. Most of you know this about me. I'm There's not a whole lot that embarrasses me. In fact, I gave last on Saturday what is the most embarrassing moment that I've ever had. Caleb, thanks for all those gifts over there on TikTok. I appreciate that. Caleb's currently our number one over there on TikTok land. We're up to 6,000 likes over there on TikTok. If you're liking the content, hit that smash button or smash that like button. Right hand or left hand, if you know, you know. Actually says none of us need to know, Joe. Joey wants to know. Try again. And we got through that word salad pretty quick. After this, we'll jump into our next game. We'll get into Contexto because I know you all really like that one too. Before we do the last part of the video. Joey said he was just asking what my dominant hand was. I'm right-handed. I am ambidextrous though in some things. I can shoot a basketball left-handed. That's honestly, I said some things. That's kind of one thing. That's really kind of it. That's the only, and that was out of practice. I can bat left-handed, but that's really, you're still using both arms. Batting left-handed, I don't really consider ambidextrous. You knew I was amphibious in some things. Yeah. Yeah. I can't write with my left hand. I mean, I guess I could eat with if I wanted to. Yeah. That's really about it. Yeah. I'm a right-hander. Ooh, that's a good one, Caleb. Not really a hot seat question, but I like it. What is your biggest what if in sports history? Ashley said, if you woke up a woman as a woman, what would be the first thing you did? I actually did a TikTok video on that. I think last year. Joey said, I know what I would do. That's actually what the video was on the video. This is definitely not appropriate for this channel, guys. This would have been something for the other channel. In the TikTok, I mean, I guess it's up on my TikTok. All I really said in the video, I said, what would be the first thing you do if you were a woman for a day? And the only thing I did was I held up a cucumber. Danny says he would never leave the house. Oh, shoot. Joey said probably go pee. I think everyone has to pee in the morning. No, I like Caleb's. What is the biggest what if? I'm sorry, the YouTube chat's going off over there. What is the biggest what if in sports history? Okay. I could probably think of a bunch. The first one that comes to my mind. What finals was that? 96 NBA finals? Bulls versus Jazz. I didn't say no homo. You're right. I didn't say no homo. But I'm a woman. That's not. Anyway, back to Caleb's question, which was more appropriate. My biggest what if in sports history. I think it was the 96 finals. Bulls versus Jazz, game 6. Jordan just comes off the game of his life where he had the flu, which I think they were playing that up anyway. And it's a great series. Last game is great. And then Jordan comes down, does his little jump shot, beats Brian Russell, hits the game winner to win the game. That's my biggest what if. Because right before that, Karl Malone had the ball down the paint. And he's backing down. I don't think it was Rodman he was backing down. It might have been Kukoc. It might have been Rodman, though. And he's backing down. And Karl Malone's about to score, which is going to put us up. It's going to put us up by like 3, I think. And Michael Jordan comes out of nowhere and slaps the ball out of Karl Malone's hand before he can even really make a move and gets the ball back. And then they go down and Jordan hits the game winner. So, and then if that's the case, then if he doesn't do that, I think the Jazz win that game. Then they could have went to game 7 where I'm thinking it was a good series. It was. Jazz take it back and win game 7 and Karl Malone gets his one and only ring. because if you don't know, Karl Malone was my favorite basketball player. Never did get a ring. He went to the Lakers with Shaq, Kobe, and Gary Payton. Should have won it, but they played against the Detroit Pistons, which in my opinion have like maybe one of the best defensive teams of all time. And now with Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace, Rip Hamilton, Chauncey Billups, Tayshaun Prince. They didn't have any like huge scorers. Their just defense was key. And anyway, they beat the Lakers in the finals. So Malone never did get a ring. But anyway. All right. I'm going to make a cucumber. That's exactly what I was going to do. If I was a woman, I'd make a cucumber salad. Oh, shoot. Caleb says, mine's, what if Derrick Rose never towards ACL? He was supposed to be up there with the GOATs. He could have been. That was kind of after I kind of got out of basketball at that time. I mean, I know who Derrick Rose was. Never really watched him play all that much. But I do remember hearing that if he was, that he could have been one of the greatest. Yeah, you can't beat the GOAT. Listen, not anybody knows me. I'm not a Bulls fan, but I have to admit, MJ's the greatest of all time. So, Joey, I already answered a hot seat question, but I'll answer that one too. If I had to pick a new favorite football team, who would it be? Oh, if I wasn't a fan of the Giants, that Dallas. No. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I kind of at one point liked Detroit back when Barry Sanders played. And I know they're good right now, so everyone would call you a bandwagon, but whatever. You can't call me bandwagon anything else. All the teams I've liked for years. I liked even when they sucked. So Detroit maybe AFC. I don't know who I'd go in the AFC. Tyler, thanks for sharing the live over there on TikTok land. I'm not even interacting with some of what you guys are talking about over on YouTube. AFC. Who would I like in the AFC? Believe it or not, I know Denver Broncos is Danny's favorite team. I did used to like the Denver Broncos back when Elway played. If I was a Lions fan, you wouldn't be my uncle. You haven't even always been a Green Bay Packers fan. Don't even go there. I don't know. Broncos, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, let's get into our next game. Rams best team in the league. Sure. You fall on your head or something? They barely beat the Ravens without Lamar. I better not see any cucumbers at work. Listen, if you ever come by, I eat cucumbers quite often for lunch. I usually cut up the little ones, mix them with some balsamic vinegar or something. Pretty good. All right, y'all. Let's get into our game of Contexto. Y'all know the drill. We're just trying to figure out what the secret word is. So I'm starting off with my usuals: dog, fish, house, and none of those are even close. I don't think we're gonna have religious stuff today, but I see y'all are going with it. Let's we'll try it. Purge, holy. Let's do miracle. Jesus. No, we're not. All right, so we can officially get off the religious train here. Plant. Oh shoot. All right, just because we were talking about it, let's do cucumber. No, it's not a cucumber. Thank God. I definitely don't think it's gonna be pickle though. Car. Okay, car's 911. Okay. Boat. All right, we're still airplane. I don't think it's a type of vehicle. Airplane, car. What if we say seat? Drive. Oh, drive's 163. Okay. Door. Engine. All right, I like that. Drive, bike. Drive is 163. Drive. Let's try fly. Walk. Run. Okay, no. Drive. Could it be a different type of drive? Could it be like a computer drive? Could we say hardware? Hardware is 23. Look at that. Look at that. That's why we do this, people. That's why we do this. And y'all forgot to tell me to hit record. So we have one segment we recorded today so far. Or two. We have two. This is the one I really wanted to record too. Gosh darn it in the heck anyways. Maybe I just need to record the whole episode. I was thinking if I record each segment, it would be easier because then I can just then take that and cut it and cap cut. Maybe I'm just gonna have to start recording the whole episode and just break it down because I keep forgetting to hit record. Computer's 13. Hard. I saw hard drive somewhere. I think hard drive. No, that must be two words. Motherboard. Is that one word? Motherboard's 256. Keyboard. That's about right there, Tim. Keyboard is 3. Keyboard is 3. All right. So we're somewhere. We had one similar to this not that long ago. Mouse is 8. File. Okay. Hold on. RAM. Memory. Memory's 99. License. Hour. No. Yeah, like 6 of you all put mouse in there. Piano. I think we were trying the piano route one time with instruments, and no, we're definitely talking about computers here. We've got memory, hardware, computer, mouse, keyboard, screen, keys, monitor. I like monitor. Electronic. Shift. Okay, maybe certain things on the keyboard. Shift, enter, space. But none of those are hitting there. Did I say number? No. Keyboard. Alphabet. Yeah, we can try that one. Headset. I don't think that's gonna be it. Wi-Fi. Nope. Apparently, Wi-Fi is not a real word. I did space. What about space bar? No. I mean, we only have 2 more words. There's one more word and then the word. Internet. Mic or microphone. I did memory. Yeah, memory was 99. Keypad. Oh, that's keypad, Tim. Keypad's 14. I like with it QWERTY. I was gonna try it. You never know. Windows. Okay. Keyboard. We'll use a hint if we have to. Webcam. I like webcam. I don't think it's gonna be Dell. It's usually not like a name. No. Desk. All right. We'll do. We're not gonna use a hint yet. I feel like we got more guesses. Because we're only going to get one hint, and then it's basically it. I already did power. Typing. I think I did desktop. Let me try typing. Typing's 97. So we're at 50 guesses. We can go further, but let's think about this one for a second. We've got screen, keypad, computer, mouse, keyboard. I'm trying to think, like, what else? Speakers. Monitor. Light. We can try some of what you guys put in there. Touch screen. Input. That was 28. Input's 21. Laptop. Processor. I think that's a little bit too deep, yeah. Typewriter. I think we did internet. Yeah. We did laptop. Typewriter. No, we already did typewriter. Chair. Yeah. I don't think it's chair, but it can't hurt. I'll tell you what, let's do Pixel. Say Manova's cat. Not Pixel. Let's try one more guess. That'll put us at 60. and then we'll get our hint, and that'll basically then it'll be the next word. We won't use any hints after that because that basically is the word. Key. I think we did key. Yeah, we did key. We can try music. I don't think that's it, but maybe it could be. No. All right, let's do our hint. Controller. Okay. All right, so are we talking video games here? And I see Tyler threw in gaming. All right. Digital. Joystick. Joystick was it. Good job. And of all people, isn't it always Danny with the pool? Joystick was it. We got it in 63. Not bad. Not bad. Danny, I'll tell you what, you're pretty good at that game. All right, joystick. Nice. All right, let's get another spin on the wheel of wellness, and then we'll watch the final part of our video here. You used to play it on your phone all the time. Ooh, synth session. Okay. All right. So even though we didn't get to it, synth session is where we're going to go to Singify, and you guys are going to help us generate a song. Let me think how we want to do this, because I want to make sure everyone gets a say in it some way, somehow. Hold on. Let me get there. There we go. All right. So let me think. How do we want to do this? Let me put this over here so y'all can see it. Romantic song about Tim and his cucumber. That's actually a good one. And whatever song we do create on here, we'll also upload this to the Patreon since we got it. But that'll be part of the free one. A Hobbit and cucumber. I like it. So I'm trying to think what's the best way to do this. I was almost thinking I want one chat to pick the genre and the other chat to pick the topic. But we're definitely going for the cucumber vibe. I guess we could go based off of the themes that we've talked about already. K-pop. So in a K-pop theme. Okay. We'll do that. We'll do K-pop theme. K-pop theme. Now, we already did a country one. We already did country with the Cape Crusader and the Clown, which, once again, are in the Patreon. I did put them behind the paid subscription, and I made a thumbnail for it, which I thought was pretty clever for all of them. All of our songs that get put on there, you can find the Patreon. And as I did mention before, we are going to be creating a Christmas album this year. I'll probably start working on it after Halloween. All right. No, I like K-pop. We're going to go K-pop. I mean, I guess we can really do a cucumber one because you all are requesting cucumber. Hold on. I'm inactive in TikTok, apparently. Yeah, K-pop is the genre. We're going to do K-pop. The style of K-pop. A song about, but how will we understand the song? What do you mean, how will you understand the song? It'll have lyrics. A song about a man and his cucumber. A lonely man. A lonely man and his cucumber. K-pop is Korean. Ow. Okay, well, I mean, listen, y'all probably know more about K-pop than I do. Could we do K-pop but still using English? I mean, because isn't K-pop still like a style? You think that's just pop? That's true. That probably, yeah, that is kind of just pop if you listen to him. In the style of a pop song. Song about a lonely man and his cucumber. I mean, is that what you guys really want us to go with? Is a song about a lonely man and his cucumber? All right, because we're spending 5 credits on this. Without the pop, it's just pop. I hadn't thought it can't do K-pop. I don't know. They're over in YouTube saying that if we do K-pop, it's in Korean. If you take away the K, it's just pop, is what they're saying over there. Which I don't really know. I mean, I've never. Is Tim lonely? I'm not lonely, but I was trying to think like the vibe you guys were going for. I don't think you should be lonely. Just a man and his cucumber. It's probably not going to have the innuendo that you're all seeking. All right, if that's what you guys want, we're gonna roll it. We'll do we're spending 5 credits on this, so let's see what it does. It's doing all the background stuff right now. It's generating lyrics for us. Pop, upbeat, catchy, playful. The name of the title is going to be Green Love. Green Love. I like it. Let's generate. All right, it'll give us 2 versions, so after it's done, what we're going to do is we're going to get into the last part of our video. We're going to watch that. And then when we come back, we'll listen to these. We'll come back and we'll listen to these and you guys vote on which one you like the most.
Seven. Clutter you don't even notice. I'm not just talking about your closet, though. If your clothes could open a thrift store, maybe handle that. I mean mental clutter. Notifications dinging every 5 seconds, 57 tabs open on your browser, junk you'll deal with later. It's noise. Quietly eliminate it, because the more clutter you keep, the more your brain thinks life is chaos. Want mental clarity? Start deleting.
Yeah, unfortunately, clutter usually signals something else is going on with people. I mean, don't get me wrong, we can all be a little cluttered in our life. This is talking about extreme clutter. Basically what it's getting at is if you're seeing physical clutter, you need to do a self-assessment and see if you have any mental clutter. Is there something else going on that's causing all this physical clutter? Is this something that's outside of your norm? Is kind of what it's talking about.
8. Fake urgency. Oh, you thought you had to respond to every text in 30 seconds? Wrong. People trained you to be available like a customer service hotline, and you believed it. Quietly stop being available to every ping, call, and urgent request that isn't actually urgent. Trust me, 90% of urgent things will fix themselves if you just wait. 9.
All right, so urgency. Not everything is a priority. Right? Even if someone else is trying to make it a priority, doesn't necessarily mean that it is. In fact, an old proverb or an old saying is that if everything is urgent, then nothing is.
The habit of overthinking. Some of you could overthink tying your shoes. What if I knot it wrong and people laugh? Stop. Overthinking is just fear wearing a lab coat, pretending to be smart. It doesn't solve problems, it multiplies them. Eliminate the habit by making fast decisions, even on small things. Build that muscle. The less you overthink, the more you actually live. 10.
Yeah, overthinking. And this is coming to you from someone who is an avid overthinker. You're not Google, you're not AI, you're not expected to know everything. Stop playing the every worst case scenario in your head. Oftentimes when you do that, you end up making that thing happen.
People pleasing. Here's the grand finale: the disease of yes. Saying yes to things you hate, places you don't want to go, people you don't even like, all because you're scared to upset someone. That's not kindness, that's self-betrayal. Quietly kill this habit. Start saying no. Let people call you rude, selfish, whatever. They'll get over it. But you'll finally breathe. So let's recap.
Yeah. So basically, people pleasing, and we've talked about that quite a bit on this channel. You can't make everyone happy. You can't make everyone like you. There are some people who've got their own stuff going on in the world, and it's probably, if they have an issue with you, it's probably a them problem. Let it be a them problem. That's probably someone you may not necessarily want in your life anyway. So don't worry about the people pleasing. Like I said, we've talked about that before on this channel. All right. Let's see. It takes a couple minutes. Let's see if our song is done. It is. All right. So here we go. We have Green Love. We have a 2-minute and 32-second version and a 2-minute and 27-second version. Here we go.
Yo. He walks in the kitchen, sun through the blinds, a crisp little body on his mind, slicing up salads, pickles in jars, but this veggie's different, it stole his heart. Oh, it's a green love, cool to the touch, fresh out the garden, he's crushing so much, they laugh at his passion, but he don't care, it's more than a cucumber, it's love we share. Movie nights side by side on the couch, he whispers sweet nothings, no one else around. His friends roll their eyes, say man you're absurd, but he's slicing the doubts with every candle. It's a real love, cool to the touch, fresh out the garden, he's crushing so much, they laugh at his passion, but he don't care, it's more than a cucumber, it's love we share. No drama, no tears, just chlorophyll dreams, a hydroponic bond stronger than it seems. So what if it's quirky, he's proud, never shy, love comes in all shapes, mine's 12 inches high. Oh, it's a green love, cool to the touch, fresh out the garden, he's crying so much, they laugh at his passion, but he don't care, it's more than a cucumber, it's love we share.
I was going to stop it earlier, but you got to hear some of these lyrics. Or no, it. No, it must have already said it. There was a line. I missed it. It said, love comes in all shapes. Mine's 12 inches high. Did you all hear that lyric? Because I didn't. All right, here's number 2. So number 1 was pretty good. That was pretty good. You definitely heard the 12 inches. I must have just kind of was listening to the chorus. I totally missed it.
He walks in the kitchen, sun through the blinds, a crisp little buddy on his mind, slicing up salads, pickles in jars, but this veggie's different, it stole his heart. Oh, it's a great love, cool to the touch, fresh out the garden, he's crushing so much, they laugh at his passion, but he don't care, it's more than a cucumber, it's love we share.
Yeah, I agree. It is weird when a girl's singing it, but we'll listen to the rest of this, see what it sounds like.
Movie night, side by side on the couch. He whispers sweet nothings, no one else around. His friends roll their eyes, say, man, you're absurd. But he's slicing the doubts with every kind word. Oh, it's a green love, cool to the touch. Fresh out the garden, he's crushing so much. They laugh at his special, but he don't care. It's more than a cucumber. It's love we share. No drama, no tears, just chlorophyll dreams. A
Here's coming up.
bond stronger than it seems. So what if it's quirky? He's proud, never shy. Love comes in all shades, mine's 12 inches high. Oh, with the green love, cool to the touch. Fresh out the garden, he's crushing so much. They laugh at his passion, but he don't care. It's more than a cucumber.
It's love we share. All right, that was pretty good. I think I like the first one better. It definitely was kind of weird having a girl sing that version, but okay. So Ashley says number 1. Joey, I don't know if Jake's still over there in YouTube. Ashley says number 1 for sure. I don't know who's over on TikTok. Danny says number 1. Any number 2s? Joe, you both said 1. Okay. That was that. Yeah, that was good. That was good. But I like doing this. I just got to make sure I'm not using all my credits up. I think they refresh every month and they give you 100 credits, which honestly is a lot. But if we're doing this on here, yeah, that's a lot of credits to use, but we could probably do a song. I don't want to overdo it. I want us to kind of feel like we've earned the song or it's part of like part of the Wheel of Wellness. All right. So we'll load up the first version. Let me download that one so I don't forget. All right. Perfect. And then that one will, yeah, that one will be over on that'll be in the Patreon. All right, that'll be in Patreon. I'll come up with a thumbnail for it. I can only imagine what AI will kind of come up with, and then I usually give it cues, and then I'll kind of edit it a little bit if I don't like it too much. That's what I had to do with that Cape Crusader and the clown because it wouldn't generate. I'm genuinely concerned about these chats. It wouldn't create an image because Cape Crusader is directly related to Batman. So I had to give it some weird workaround, and it actually did a pretty good job. The Joker looks just like the Joker, and the Batman looks pretty much like the Batman, except for his mouth is covered. So yeah, it did a pretty good job. This is why I watch, for these laughs, and I guess learning things like Greasy Spoon. Yeah, exactly. That's why we do this. Now if we can just start to grow a little bit more. All right. All right. Before we get into our last game, our Minute Cryptic, which I'm hoping you guys are starting to like this one. I do enjoy it. They are hard. And that's why with those types of games, I'm glad you all are in here because you guys help me with my overthinking because I overthink it. Before we get into that, remember we're live, right? Mondays, Wednesdays, and then Fridays or Saturdays. YouTube, we're live at Bargain Brand Wellness. TikTok, we're live at Off Brand Tim. And we're also live on Facebook through our Facebook group over there, Bargain Brand Wellness. Feel free to join over there and watch us if you're not really interested in joining in chat, which is fun. I will tell you, Facebook is not going to be a long-term thing. So for those of you who really enjoy our content, I want you to be here. But Facebook kind of pulls us down a little bit. We're not really getting anything from that. So yeah, we're going to do Facebook for a little bit longer, but Facebook ain't going to be around. It's our primary things are going to be YouTube and TikTok. So yeah, we talked earlier about joining the Patreon, right? Even if you just want to join for free, which that we're really trying to grow some there. Maybe we need to create a goal, get our Patreon goals up to like, I don't want to do some absurd number like 100 because we're not even close. We have 5. Maybe we do a number like 20, 25. Get us up to 25 Patreons and maybe we'll do a giveaway of some kind, even if it's just free ones, to get to the point where eventually people will pay. Thanks for the reminder for the Minute Cryptic to record, Joey. And if you're interested in becoming a guest, which if you're interested in coming on and being a guest member on the show and showing your face on camera, I'd love to have you on. Fill out the pseudo guest application. You can find that linked in the description. I'll tell you what, I'll link it in the Patreon too. It might already be over there in the Patreon. And then I'll put it on Facebook as well. So if you're interested in becoming a guest, even if you've already become a guest on here and you want to come again, we probably won't have you back-to-back weeks, but we'll make it work. All right, record. Let's get into our Minute Cryptic, which I like I said, I am really enjoying these games because it kind of gets me away from my overthinking. All right. So, crew from vet center follows a possum without hesitation. Okay. This is a 5-letter word. All right. Crew from vet. Crew from vet center. Vet center. So I'm thinking follows possum without hesitation. So without, I'm seeing as an indicator here, right? We're taking something out without hesitation. We're taking out hesitation. Rabies. Rabies wouldn't fit. It's only 5 letters. And we have guesses. Now they're saying it's a par 1. I'm not too worried about the pars because I can tell you when I don't stream, I don't play these. Even though I probably should and I'd get a lot better at them. I'll tell you what, let's do this. Let's get our hints. We have indicators, fodder, definition, letter. Indicators are our words telling us to do something. Our fodder is our wordplay. So parts of a word are used for the word. And then our definition is kind of lets us know like what the word means or what it's a synonym of. Let's go with our indicators. All right. So center follows without. So I knew without one. I thought centers was. So center follows without our indicators. One tells us to take the middle letter of a word. Another tells us how to position one chunk relative to another, and the third tells us we need to remove something. So center is telling us to take. Center is telling us to take the middle part of a word, which I'm going to assume is vet. So I'm thinking like this is E. Follows tells us how to position one chunk relative to another. Why do you play this dummy? I like this game. This is fun. Another tells us how to position follows possum. And the third tells us we need to remove something. So we need to remove hesitation. Okay. Nerd. Nerd doesn't fit. That's only four letters. I know you were calling me a nerd. Without hesitation. So it's not hesitation, the word. It's maybe another way to say hesitation. Like wait, stop. Hesitate. So if that's here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pick up the fodder. That'll help give us a little bit more. The definition should really help us, but let's do our fodder. So vet, possum, and hesitation are our fodder, which honestly, I kind of figured that. So that just confirms. We'll use letters of 2 of these and a short substitute for the third to construct our answer. Okay. So vet. I feel like vet is the one we're taking the E out of. We'll use letters of 2 of these. So I'm thinking two letters of possum. And then a short substitute for the third to construct our answer. So I'm thinking hesitation. Okay. That's not a terrible guess. Posse. Okay. I like it, actually. I like that. So that's okay. Let's think this out. So that's taking the P and O out of possum. The E and the S. It doesn't really tell us to change them around. Or no, it's SE. Yeah, posse spelled that way. I like that though. But what is a shortened form? We got it, posse. That was good. And crew, it fits with that. I'm curious how, I always like to kind of see how it fits there though. Let's watch the video that goes with that, because I'm genuinely concerned. I get the P and the O and the E, but where did we get the SS from? We took it out of out of hesitation? Or we took, basically we took everything out of POS. No, I get that crew and posse makes, that answer makes sense. I'm just trying to see exactly how we got.
Today's cryptic crossword clue is crew from Vet Center follows possum without hesitation. And this clue comes to us from one of our members, Emily Caldarelli. Thank you, Emily. I really like the use of without hesitation in this clue. It's my favorite kind of deletion indicator. There are a bunch of ways of deleting letters from other words. One would be to nominate the position of the...
I just figured it out. It's a deletion for possum. Without hesitation is the entire thing. You take the word possum and you take part of it out, the POSS, and what does that leave you with? Is a hesitation. I just kind of clicked to me as I was thinking, okay. All right, no, that was good. That was good. All right. You said take it from vet and then thought posse means crew, so that was my guess. Listen, that's why I said I like it whenever you guys are on here with me on this. I overthink of it. I go like way right with it. Yeah, these are hard. That's why, but you guys help bring me back. Like I said, that day that Caleb got swords, I was like, oh, okay. Totally makes sense. All right. Let's get into one more Wheel of Wellness. One last spin and we'll wrap it up for the day. I never said this before. I only make enough roast battle lyrics for one. So if we get roast battle, we'll just spin again. Maybe we don't do repeats depending on what it is. So here, so we got hot seat questions. So, we can do hot seat questions again if y'all have some questions you want to ask. Or we can spin again. It's up to you guys. $8.7K likes over there on TikTok. Loving the love. Appreciate that. Caleb, I don't know. I'm thinking you might get right now you're number one over there on TikTok. You might get Wellness Warrior of the Day over there. Be your first one. I know Joey's over there trying to get his first one, but Ashley's giving him some competition. Joey says respin. Or Caleb says respin. Who did I say? Yeah, let's respin. Let's respin. The hot seat questions. Unless you guys have some really good questions. That's something you guys can think of for another time. If you think like there's some questions you really like to ask, kind of keep those on you. We'll do a respin. Okay. This is a good one. We'll finish out with Nova Roast the Host. I still keep forgetting to go in and have Nova give me I keep forgetting to have Nova go in and give me the or give Nova the prompts to kind of make this a little bit better. But that's all right. All right, Nova, we're back for another segment of Nova Roast the Host. This is actually our last thing for the night before we call it quits for the evening. So, chat wants you to roast me, but as we've said before, remember, I want you to lay it on. Lay it on. I don't want you to go easy. And remember, you don't have to come back and praise and say, "Oh, remember, this is all just for the fun." Just stick to the roast, right? They want me to cry. They want my face to turn red. They want you to embarrass me.
Oh, you got it, Tim. No sugarcoating, no cushion. We're going straight in for the roast zone. So buckle up and get ready, because if the chat wants to see you turn as red as a tomato, Nova's gonna turn up the heat.
Why does she keep making that face? As I was saying before, because I was trying to have it just be animated. When I put it into, I forget what app, I think it's HeyGen. I took a still picture that she created, and I just wanted her like moving, like not her mouth moving, but just like her eyes blinking. You could tell she was blinking and like swaying back and forth, and it did the whole mouth thing. I don't know why it did that. I had a feeling you all were gonna focus on that, so I'm gonna have to try to see if I can get a better version of that one. Because exactly, does she have a cucumber? Nova, whenever you're ready, go ahead and roast me.
All right, Tim, you asked for it, so let's crank it up. If this roast were any hotter, we'd have to call the fire department to cool down your Edo. Look, you're out here worrying about a blinking avatar like it's the biggest crisis since unsliced bread, and meanwhile, the chat's just here for the show. So, let's face it, if this roast had a difficulty setting, I'd still keep it on easy mode because we both know you'll laugh it off anyway. But hey, you wanted to turn red, so consider this your friendly fire.
I wasn't overthinking that. It was just a statement. It was just an observation. I knew that people would focus on it. So no, that was kind of weak, Nova. I think you got to give me a little bit more.
All right, fair enough, Tim. I'll step it up a notch. If that last roast was a gentle sizzle, let's turn it into a full-blown fry. You're out here trying to act like the blinking avatar scandal of the century is just a footnote, but let's be real, if they gave out awards for overthinking tiny details, you'd have a trophy shelf full of them. But hey, all in good fun, I'll roast you just enough to get that blush going, and then I'll call it a night.
I like how you always focus on my overthinking. I was in therapy for 3 years. All right, that's not bad. That's not bad, Nova. Give me one more, but maybe do them on something else. Do you want? Here's going to be one. You can roast my outfit. How's that sound? Right now I'm wearing a white dress shirt, kind of unbuttoned about halfway down, with a cloak on. I was kind of going for a Frodo from Lord of the Rings look, if you want to roast that.
Oh, absolutely, Tim. Now we're talking. If you're rocking a half unbuttoned dress shirt and a cloak because you're aiming for Frodo, but ended up somewhere between Middle-earth chic and accidentally on a fantasy-themed Zoom call, you know I've got material for days. Consider yourself officially roasted on the fashion front. If Frodo saw you, he'd probably hand you the ring just out of pity. But hey, at least you're owning it.
Now that last part was good. He'd hand me the ring just out of pity. That was pretty good. Maybe we'll start. I think it was Jake had mentioned about uploading a photo of me and having her roast that. Maybe we'll do that, because you're right. She's not very good at. Occasionally she'll throw in some decent lines in there. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway. Let's wrap it up for the evening. It's been another fun episode. I've loved having you all here. Hope you all have a nice rest of your Monday evening, and we'll be back on Wednesday. We're gonna get ready to stray out into the wilderness. I'm gonna take the ring that Frodo gave us and take it to Mount Doom so that I can finish the quest that he began. If you all have watched Lord of the Rings, you know the reference. All right. So let's finish this up. The truth is, most of what's weighing us down isn't ours to carry. Whether it's people who drain your energy, fake urgency, or that voice that keeps saying, someday, it might be time to hit the delete button instead of keep refreshing. This week, don't just add new habits, skip the noise. Peace isn't found in what you chase, it's found in what you release. Remember to stay grounded, stay humble, and most of all, make it worth your wellness. I'll see you all on Wednesday.